This is Jason's Electronics Repair. I'm Jason. Welcome to my ER. Alright, so we have a stream today. It's Saturday. I am a little late on my stream. I'll put the webcam up. Hello, how you doing? So, it's been a really crazy week. I have got some weird stuff that I was working on. That switch number 11 from last stream with the Joy-Con rail. I still haven't put that in a new case. I've been looking for an unpatched switch. Out of my 5 switches I have here, I've been looking for an unpatched one to do some NAND restorations. And I haven't had any luck on the ones that are 100% working. So I'm going to be hunting for another one of them. I have my switch here. I was playing Borderlands 2 on it. I have my switch here that has a cracked digitizer. I have no idea how that... Oh, that's a screen protector. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. This never comes out of the dock. So, this very rarely comes out of the dock. So, I didn't even know it had a glass screen protector on it. I don't play handheld. So, but this is a very early switch. Not sure. I got this very early on. I want to see what the date is on it, and then I'm going to do some stuff to it. So, hello, Chris. How you doing? So I don't think I've ever taken this apart. I'm not sure. So let's see here. So like I said, this is my personal switch. So hoping not to break it. My tree of screwdrivers out here. Sometimes these Wera drivers do good and sometimes they don't. So I don't like the way that's biting. Let's see this one. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, the iFixit seemed to bite a lot better, so let's get this apart. Now I'm surprised how hot these guys get inside the dock. I really am. Wow, that one's going to be stubborn. Okay, well, I'm not messing with this today. Well, this is already starting to be a crazy thing. Hello, Wayne. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Chris. This has got a strip screw in it, so I am not messing with it. I'm not digging out another strip screw today. I'm just not doing it. It's not worth it. Not on my personal switch. If it was for a fix, I would do it. Alright, so again, that's my personal switch. It is not going to be used for this project, so we will move on to the next project here. If I can find it. No. Yeah, I found it. Okay, so I got 2 Joy-Cons to work on here. I was going to do videos on these, but the videos didn't do too well, so I'm going to do them on here because I can talk to you guys and we can have a good time. So these are like very similar to the ones I did on the videos. These are those right there. And then these are slightly different. These are for my personal use. Those are for these right here are for a customer, along with a custom dock there and a custom shell for a switch, which I haven't got to yet. I'm working on it. So I have these. This one is a D-pad style instead of the buttons. So instead of the 4 buttons, it's a rocker D-pad. Cattronics, fantastic. Please don't start drama in my stream, Cat. So that's not why I blocked you. All right, so all right, so all right. So it does come with these drivers. They're not bad. Yeah, I don't have anything against you, Cat. It's just issues. I don't want to hash out a bunch of drama in my stream either. All right. So let's organize these screws. So we got springs. Hopefully these turn out better than the other ones. I did a lot of upgrades and replacements on the other ones if you watch the video. These trigger buttons, they're clicky, and this button's weak. Yeah, it is a lot of screws. I don't like the clicky. Like if you, that's the new one, and that's what an original Joy-Con sounds like. So you would think the firmer click would be nice. Or what? End of the stream. Okay, I'll let you know, Cat. So anyway, so this is super clicky, right? And you would think that would be cool because you got a firmer click, but it's not. I was playing Borderlands 2 or Borderlands the pre-sequel with it. Don't judge me. It's not a bad. Play with my son every morning. It was not fun playing with this type of click. It was not fun at all. So I don't know how he's gonna like it, but it just feels like if I grab this one and this one, like this clicking, it's like super clicky, and this one is not. And it actually takes less effort to pull the trigger on this one. So I'm going to try to keep the triggers intact and not switch them for the replacements I have that are super clicky. I'm not even quite sure why someone would want the super clicky, but you know, it is a thing. So not a problem, Cat. Actually, Cat, I'll message you in Discord why. All right, so what do we got here? Oh, hey Daniel, how's it going? Or as I like to say, Danny boy. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm not happy with the click thing on it, but these aren't mine. So I got this one. I got these for me. It's got a D-pad. I'll be honest with you. I thought these would be a popular video on YouTube. I really did. I thought people would watch these videos of this because I was looking at the this Extreme Rate, this brand, Extreme Rate. They make about 45 different complete sets for the Switch and Joy-Cons, and then they make a variety of just Joy-Cons and a variety of just front end panels for docks. And when someone asked me about it, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I swapped a case before on a Joy-Con. Couldn't be that difficult. And I thought it would be a good video because you don't see those videos on YouTube. So, but it turns out they weren't the best videos in the world. So, is Phil even going to make it? Hey, Jesse, Forwizzy, how's it going? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, well, yeah. I don't think anybody, oh wait, hold on, I gotta do it on here. All right, Chris, you're a mod. You can do the links now. You're good with the link thing. So, I believe. Oh, I thought I made new retro one last time. All right. New retro, you're a mod too, because you helped me greatly. So, but yeah, so now you can put the link to Discord in the thing. I hijack Phil's Discord because that's just one more thing I have to manage that I don't want to do. I swear this is way more screws than are needed for 2 Joy-Cons. But that being said, I did the other 2 Joy-Cons and it is basically, there's tons of screws left over. All right, so I want to do this D-pad one first in case I run out of time because I'm very interested in how this D-pad is going to work. So let's get our little baggie out here. Baggie of goodies. Okay, so there's our D-pad. So we got our D-pad. Yeah, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you putting that in there. Don't need, what is this one? This one is ZL. I need that. And then I need L. These can go back in the back. And then I need, oh weird, does it still use the buttons? There's no instructions in this. So, I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I don't know why they don't give you instructions. I'm guessing you don't need the buttons, so we won't take those off. Let's get I had like 8 pairs of these. These are, if you want a pair of side cutters for plastic, these right here, there's nothing better than these Tamiya side cutters. You can get the single bladed anvil style. I don't care for those, but these Tamiya ones, these are sweet. And they're also super expensive. So I need the minus button. But if you come in here and you can flush cut these, and if you look at this, if you look at that, there's like no nib left on there at all. So these are like the best flush cutters. So I don't normally use these for electronics, but you know, I use them for like 3D prints and stuff. Okay, so I need this one. All right. For some reason I thought this had colorful A, B, X, and Y buttons, but I could be mistaken. Wow, it's going crazy. Yeah, there's some badges on there now. Not badges, emojis or whatever. But I believe it's 1,000. It used to be 5,000. It used to be you had to have before you could get channel members, and then they dropped it to 1,000 right after Phil got to 5,000. So Phil waited for 5,000, and like a week later, he was like, I was like, "Hey, it's weird. I hit 1,000 and I can get channel subscribers. What's up with that? Or channel supporters?" And I was like, "What's up with that?" And he's like, "Yeah, they just changed it." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, so he waited and waited for his, and so let's see here. This one may legit have no power. Could be the battery. This may have to get fixed too. I'll tell you what is interesting with these kits. They switch over. Hey Travis, how's it going? They switch everything over to Phillips. And once you take out these, Y-wing screwdrivers, screw bits here, it's all Phillips after that. So, and even putting it back together. So, I didn't do that with the first one I did. I just used the original screws, and I ran into some issues with that. So you definitely need to use the screws that come with the kit. Don't use the. I almost didn't open this like a book. I almost just ripped it open. Okay, so that one's gone. Let's get in here with the Phillips. The emojis, I made on my iPad. I made them on my iPad using the Meoji thing, and then I had a channel supporter of the channel. He converted them so I could have them on YouTube. This battery out of here. This battery is shot like the other batteries. So I'm gonna try to keep my head out of this. And try not to mix up these screws because these are longs. Okay, so this one's going to fold out like a book from the other direction, but it's a lot longer than the other side is a lot shorter. So okay, so there's the mid frame. And we should be able to get that apart, no problem. Let's take off this side here. Oh, I trimmed my nails and now I can't grab anything. All right, so there's that side piece. All right, let's see here. Oh, hey, Philip, how's it going? Wow, still no Phil, though. Lorenzio? Hello, Lorenzio? I believe I said hello to Wayne Travis. Just trying to see who I mentioned. I missed in the chat there. I really need to get Stream Elements on this computer. I'm currently using just OBS to stream, and I haven't hooked up Stream Elements, and let alone the bot. I don't even know how to get the bot to go on. I made the bot a moderator, and it doesn't want to do anything. All right, so we got the little Rumble motor out. Let's get the. See, these are still long screws. So we'll take the Joy-Con out. Not the Joy-Con, the analog. So the analog out. This side is much easier than the other side. The other side has more components. Okay, you want to be careful not to rip this sticker. That little sticker seals onto this part here. So, yeah, that's I want to do an Amazon palette. That would be fun. There would be a lot of interesting stuff, but it's expensive, and then you have to try to resell everything. So that would be interesting. So these are short screws. So these are the short screws. So I will transfer this right away, along with this minus button here. All right. or we'll at least try to this in there. There we go. Now I need this piece here. It's facing the wrong way. Goes like that. And then this goes like that. Okay. Now we will put this in here. With one of these short screws that came with the kit. I tell you, as easy as this is, it still takes a lot of concentration to do it. You'd think just swapping a case over would be cakewalk, but these thread holes where these screws go are super delicate. I mean, like super delicate. Like one wrong turn and you done stripped it. Just snug everything up. That's basically how I've been doing it. So there we go. So that's good to go. Let's transfer our sticker here. If I can get it up in one piece, that would be fantastic. Yep. That side. And that side. So this is going to go in here like hopefully like this. Yeah, I can fix them. I don't have a problem fixing them, but I don't want to have to fix them. That's the whole point, not wanting to have to fix it. Believe it or not, I probably actually have thread repair kits for these. I'd have to look at the thread repair kits I have. But I have helicoil kits for some tiny, tiny stuff for 3D printing. Thread insertion kits for 3D printing. I kind of went all out on that. So let's put in our little D-pad. Let's get this board the rest of the way out. So we have these two screws, and these are short screws. Short screws. So this should fit over this just fine. Okay, so that does fit there nicely. And then we need that purple button. Okay, I can go over there. Now let's stick this board back in there. And if I remember correctly, which I don't normally do, It's this hole. It's that hole. And that hole for short screws. There we go. So there we go. There's that in there. So now we can put our analog back. That is going to get a long screw. And you don't want to over tighten these at all, trust me. I believe these are cutting the threads as you screw it in, so you need to be straight and dead on. You don't want to go in crooked because then you're gonna strip the thread holes out. So there we go. So we can go ahead and hook up the Joy-Con rail. I guess that does transfer over pretty well. It's fair to say. Yeah, Adeptus Mechanicus, definitely. Yeah, I'm an engineer. I'm more of a practical engineer. I worked in the field to become an engineer. I didn't. I went some schooling, but I didn't do like engineering degrees and things like that. I did internships and worked in machine shops and stuff like that since I was 16. Before that, it was a while ago, and I was doing stuff at like 8 in my grandfather's workshop. I was running like a mill at 8. I've always been around machines and machinery. Been injured a few times on machinery. Okay, so we can plug in our little guy there. And that guy. All right. Okay, so this one's going way better than the first time I did one of these. So let's do this. Let's do the mid panel. So this is the part that it got away from me on the last one. Getting this apart. It was like not a... Felt like no matter how I tried to get this apart, it was going to break. Yeah, see, it still feels like it's going to break. There we go. All right, so I got it off. Yeah, these mid frames are really weak. They flex and bend very easily. Uh-oh, putting sugar in your coffee, that's not good. Engine sear. Engine sear. That's funny. Yeah, I had about 8,000 points plus some knights in Adeptus Mechanicus. That's Warhammer 4K, 40,000. I also I didn't compete with my Adeptus Mechanicus army. I competed with my Adeptus Custodes army because they're the Custodes. They're just better. And anybody that says any different is a liar. The Custodes are the best. There's no one better. I don't care what you say. But I like the kit bashing and extra mile you could go with detail on the Adeptus Mechanicus. I enjoyed that part of building that army. So this is not working out. Let's see what we got. Yeah, always been around electronics. We worked on. I worked in the electroplating industry. Well, not the exact electroplating industry. We made filtration systems for the electroplating industry. So if you gold plate a necklace, you have to have a bath with pure gold in it and a chemical that dissolves the gold. And you add a DC current to a copper bar that the gold is stuck to. You stick it in and it electroplates. Well, back in the early 70s, late 70s, you could plate like one or two things, and then you would have to just throw the bath away. It was too contaminated with contaminants from the material that you were electroplating. And if you were electroplating stuff for the industrial industry for like chemical protection and stuff, the contaminants would build up severely. So you had to change your bath often. Well, they developed a filtration system, an in-tank filtration system, because there were out-tank filtration, but that was just a joke in itself. So they developed an in-tank filtration system that allowed them to filter out the contaminants and the waste product in the tank. So we designed those, and then we moved on to updating obsolete machinery because we were trying to go with the next level of heater technology, because a lot of these tanks have to be heated. So we would go with next level heater technology and the interface on the equipment that would automatically dip the parts in there. The CNC equipment would not accept the updates, or would not run the controller that we would use for the new heaters, because new heaters are more efficient and all that good stuff. So we would pop out the now this was like early 2000s when we started using started upgrading systems, because for a while you could still get parts and then they would start breaking down, and then we would have to use like FPGAs and microcontrollers and DC to DC converters to convert the boards to run the new heater system. And then when I took over the engineering in 2002, I want to say, somewhere around there, we expanded to fixing obsolete machines in the plating industry using FPGAs, and not just working on interfacing our filtration product. And that's what they do today still. Interesting field. Most of it's outsourced now, because that's just the way the world works. Everything is outsourced. So, but normally these overhead plating industry machines are one of a kind, and they don't have parts. You can't get parts for them. It's just impossible, and chips become obsolete. Or, some countries have power issues, like they can run the system, the three-phase system, but they have to meet an efficiency rating. So, we would upgrade them to different controllers, change out their cabinet, things like that. We wouldn't go there and do that, but we would design the product for that purpose. and then we would sell them the technology, basically. So very interesting field. Um, yeah, the plating industry is very interesting. If you want to talk about harsh chemicals, the plating industry uses some nasty chemicals to electroplate and anodize, and getting just something to survive, especially something electronic like a motor that needs to survive in that environment where it's hot and steaming, all this chemical that just eats through everything. Um, yeah, it was tough. We used all kinds of revolutionary and expensive plastics like Kynar, um, and different polypropylenes, CPVC, depending on the application at the time. So a lot of Teflon, Rulon, all that good stuff. But chrome plating, chrome plating's huge, and that's some nasty stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen chrome plating shops, but the chemicals they have to dip it in to clean it, it's not so much the plating part that is the harshness of the chemicals. It's the chemicals they use to clean off the debris and oil and stuff that would prevent a flawless coat of plating to go on. Because if you don't have a flawless surface for chrome plating, you'll have flaws in your chrome plating, you'll pit. So it's very important that you have the bath perfectly clean, and the unit. So yeah, this stuff's nasty. Sometimes they put the stuff in molten salt. Molten salt, that stuff's cool. That'll strip anything. I made my own tank of molten salt. For test purposes, of course. Not to cook a French fry in. So, salt is a general term for a lot of products because there's potassium salt, there's your regular sodium salt, but there's also different salts that you can dissolve in a bath to improve conductivity of a certain chemical, of a certain metal bonding to another certain metal. Because normally you would plate with a easier thing to coat with, like a copper. Put like a copper down, and then a nickel, and then you would put like a gold. So, all right, let's get this new battery out here. All right. All right, so I could probably plug that in after. All right, let me just make sure this ribbon is not in danger in any way. It normally always is. You need to tuck it under this bracket just like that, and then drop it down. Okay, so now I need long screws. We'll leave 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's plug in our battery and watch it not work. All right. I'm not going to tape that battery down at this exact moment. And I forgot to put the trigger in. Fantastic. Nobody called that, huh? Yeah, nobody called. I didn't put the trigger in. All right, so take out my 3 screws. And flip this back out like a book. And we will put our trigger in the spring. It's like you're building a nuclear reactor. Why is, hold on a second. What, yeah. Hold on. All right, just had to fix that real quick. All right, so we are install. Oh, come on, spring. Don't do me like that. The plating industry is very fascinating, and there are so many niches in plating industry that the process is different in so many different ways for so many different chemicals. And it also covers anodizing, which is not exactly plating, but it is still needs to be filtered. So tanks still need to be clean. All right. Hey Lee, how's it going? Bill's here. Yeah, I told you I was going live. It's definitely something I told you I was doing. And it's Saturday at 7. It's like, I wasn't 100% sure, but then most people are waiting for this because they know I stream on Saturday around 7. So I started at 4. I was playing Borderlands with my son, and we just unlocked the ultimate Vault Hunter with a set of characters because we're doing all the characters, and the set that we're using now just made it to Ultimate Vault Hunter. And I was like, I'm not going to stream, let's play. And he's like, no, go stream. So here we go. So I am streaming. So this is switched over to Phillips now because it comes with these new Phillips screws. So you have to be careful because these threads have not been formed in these thread holes. So you need to, you know, do you play Borderlands on the Switch? Do you retro repair? Because we could always use another person. We have all 3. We have the Legendary Collection that comes with all the DLC. And Borderlands 2, we are OP6 or 8. I don't know. We're like OP6 or 8 trying to farm gear. I'm not going to say from who because I don't want to get demonetized. So there it is. So this is the D-pad on it. Not keen about that. Why is that like that? See, this button is, yeah, the minus button's a little cheap. The minus button's a little floppy. Let's see if it works. Paired. Okay, so I have a joystick, but I don't have a D-pad. Let's see here. Why would I not have a D-pad? Controllers and settings. Let's see here. Test input devices. Test controller buttons. Okay, so I have a button on the. I have no trigger. I have no triggers. I have a joystick. What? How is that even a thing? Do I have... I don't have those buttons either. That's weird. Okay. So... back. Why don't I have any buttons? Why would I have joystick and no buttons? Definitely clicking. Must be a ribbon I put it upside down or not hooked up. Definitely weird. You guys think it is? Hashtag triggered. So what's the bets on why I have no buttons? Anybody have an idea? Nobody? Nobody has a thought on why I don't have buttons? But I have analog stick? Nobody has a thought on that. Everything's hooked up. Okay. To not have any button is weird because I have the analog button and the analog stick, so it's getting the signal through to the actual switch. But I'm not getting any of the buttons to work. So what is missing on this board? It's pushing the button. That's in. It's in the right way. That's in the right way. Is it still on? Yep, it's still on. So let's see here. Let's go to. Let's see if we can figure this out. Test input devices, test controller buttons. So I'm not getting any trigger, but I am getting the analog stick. Nothing on that. This is weird. I would say like every ribbon's bad but the Joy-Con, but 5 of the buttons are on the board. That is something weird. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking about internet. Okay. Nobody has an idea of why I don't have buttons on my Joy-Con. Okay, so it's 2 separate ribbons, 3 separate ribbons because these buttons aren't working either. This button, the joystick button works, so it's getting a signal from the board to the switch, but it doesn't like any of the other buttons. I'm at a loss on this one. Extreme Joyce concert because I suck. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. That was super helpful. I'm helpful. Okay. You told me to listen to you, and you have nothing more than I suck. Wow. I could see if I had no buttons, but I have one button. This is weird. This is so weird. Okay, I take back everything I said about liking Joy-Cons. I swapped the case, and now I have one button, and I don't have any other button on the board. I have the joystick button, but no other button works. So let's hook up the battery back up, and let's just pull out some ribbons and see if it's a short on a ribbon. Doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Does that button wake it up? Oh, look, none of the buttons wake it up either. It's got to be some kind of dodgy connection. None of these buttons are waking it up, so even the power button doesn't. Huh. This is a strange one. All right, let me pull out this ribbon here. Let's see if that fixed it. Okay, that fixed it. Okay, now it works. Okay, definitely didn't like this. Did I have it in upside down? Let's see here. I thought it went. Maybe it goes face up. What could go wrong with this, right? Okay, now my trigger button doesn't work. Okay. So, doesn't like that. See if it likes it this way. Okay, so why does it want to? Okay, so these buttons are working, but my trigger button here is not working. Something's going on with this. It's definitely pressing the button. It's not working. So, and I tried the ribbon both ways. Tried it upside down and I tried it right side up. I don't think it goes upside down, but nope, doesn't like it. I have the other buttons now. Still don't have this trigger button though. What happens if I hook up a different trigger to it? Is this one? And this is it, I think. Okay, what happens if I hook up this trigger assembly? Let's see if this trigger assembly works. Okay. Okay, this one works. I don't know why. This one must have like something bad about it. Like it's tore or broken or something. Okay, good to know. Alright. So I'm just going to unhook this. And we're going to steal that trigger assembly. So we're going to put that there. Move that out of the way. Take that off. that out. So this one got weird. This one definitely got weird. So let's try this again. Come on. Go in your spot. There we go. These things are always so difficult. All right, let's see if it works now. All right, let's get this back out. Let's hook this up here. Let's make sure our other buttons are working. Can you not see that? Let's get that off the screen. So now you can see that these buttons are working. Let's hook up this and see if that trigger works now. Which it should very well work. Yep, there we go. So we are good to go. All right, so now I don't know what happened to this. We'll look at it in a minute here. I need to get this back together. Like I said, I don't mind Joy-Cons, but that was weird that that cable went out like that. Just as I was swapping the case over. I must have tore the ribbon or something when I was tucking it in. All right. All right. Let's put these back in. Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting, Phil. I'd like to see that. I got an idea of something I'm going to try. I'm not going to mention it now, but I got something coming up here. After the stream, I'm going to get set up for it. So I want to over tighten those screws because they will strip out. All right, let's see here. We have over, down, up, up, up. We have screenshot. We have minus button. We have triggers. We have L button. Okay, so there we go. All right, let's compare the two. Here is the two different types that are from the same company. That's the two. One with a D-pad, one with button. This is a customer. This one's my personal use. So, yeah, that. I spent my YouTube paycheck. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't remember you telling me specifically that. You told me something about me, but you know. Okay, let's wonder what was wrong with this. I wonder why this didn't work. I don't know. It takes further investigation. Okay, let me get a baggie here. Okay, so that that all right, that one. I'm not gonna do the other one because that would take too long. That already took an hour and 15 minutes. That was so, but now I can play with it later. So it's the only reason I did it because I wanted to use it. Well, this is not bad. It's got interchangeable bits. It's got a Y-wing and a Phillips. It's not bad. You know, I have two of them now, so I could. I don't know. Seems interesting. So let's see what. I'm looking over my mess over here and seeing what I have. Let's see what we have here. Oh yeah, that would be funny paying in pennies. I really don't have anything on the bench at all. I have a customer device that is going to need CPU work probably, and I need to do that off camera. I can't do that. I can't do CPU rework and do a stream. That's something I can't do. I have something that needs a new case, but I just did a new case. I don't have any new cases. That's about it. That's all I really have. So, yeah, I'm going to call it. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Nothing too exciting today. Wish I had more. I will have stuff next weekend because I got some packages from AliExpress coming in that I'm saving for next week's stream and some videos for next week. So thank you guys so much and have a fantastic day.